Hello, and welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough. Now, in the last video, we banned Saren from the Spectres. We got him out of there. Acquired the Normandy. We also got Rex on the squad. And we're gonna be going to our second planet, finally kick-starting off the story here. We're finally able to space travel and Citadel, zoom out of that. Look at all the space stuff. I thought they did this traveling system a whole lot better. I mean, if you ever played Outer Worlds, this is what you wanted the game to be, essentially. But we're going to be going to Feros and checking out the colony there. They are under attack from the Geth. We're gonna be trying to save them. And here we go. Disengaging the Normandy from the space station. This is just so cool. The way this was done. I mean, at the time that this game came out, they did a really good job. Alright, now we're in the Theseus solar system. Looks like. Got Logan planet. Quana. Got a sun. Seatu. Feros. The Exogeny Corporation has founded a pilot colony on Feros to explore the Prothean ruins that blanket 2/3 of the planet's landmass. The atmosphere is fouled with dust. Terrestrial travel is hampered by crumpled debris, dozens of blah blah blah. And more space travel. This loading screen, I really enjoyed. As much as you can enjoy a loading screen. Look at that. That's cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to read the whole thing for you guys, but it's not really important. I don't even read them when I play the games, so. Only the real hardcore players, read everything. I get a Joker here.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Sure.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, now this is how you exit the Normandy. Really close by to Joker, if that helps you find the exit. Now, of course, we're going to go with Tali and Garrus. Once again, we did just acquire Rex, so I could have
equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
picked him and displayed him, but
logged. The commanding
he
officer is ashore.
Probably the best person to have in your
Presley
squad
has the
for
deck.
just having somebody to take the attention off of you. But I enjoy the firefights, and I enjoy doing most of the work. So
we saw your ship. Fight Dan wants to speak with you immediately.
What's so important he needs to see me right away?
The Geth are making another push. Faidan is preparing our defenses, but he needs your help. Please, up the stairs past the freighter. Look out!
Oh my god.
Shields disabled.
Got blasted. No shields for you.
Shields down.
Now, I still haven't quite gotten used to the overheating and or realizing when I'm overheated. I still try to shoot a lot, but switch to my pistol here seemed like a better option for close range. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Just like a little duck. Geth shock trooper. I'm gonna be trying to use our different abilities here. Try to take out some of their shields. And it seems to always take me a few seconds to remember how to do things. How to pick things, how to heal and all that.
Lost shields.
I do love, like, once you get used to the gunplay, it ends up being real fun. I know I've said that before, but it is engaging, and the amount of brain power that you have to use is good. I like it. You can't just go in there and guns blazing and hope that you won't die, because you might. Now, I'm just playing on normal, and I have died a few times, especially doing this mission. I died, I believe, twice, I think. Well. Hey there, bud. Must have played that new Miles Morales Spider-Man game, you know. So I'm just trying to be like Miles. And here I tried throwing one of these little discs at him, and it just got stuck on this rock. But it actually, watch right here, it actually worked. And I actually really hate it that they get stuck in the air like that, or get stuck on the geometry of the game. But as I kept on playing more, it ended up like coming in handy.
Make sure they're secure. But what if I find Geth there? Are you saying you won't go? No, I'll go.
Instead of
Die of thirst, the Geth will surely kill us all. How is a woman supposed to
like not
think?
doing
Guns going
its
off
job or not working, and it ends up like
I fear the Geth
the bad guys end up running into them. So it's just funny to see a mistake and see it still do its job, essentially. Now,
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
Protect the heart of the colony!
this I actually suffered my first death. Well, not my first death of the game, but first death of this gameplay. Fighting these guys. So that's why I'm being a little more cautious. Except for right there. Just unloaded.
Got his name.
These guys will get you if you're not careful. Saw my health go down really quick twice right there, so. And you're not, like, it takes your Omni Gel, your healing, a few seconds to come back. You can see it right here. The amount of time it takes as it charges up. So you really have to be careful once you use one of your Omni Gels, or you're gonna go down, you're gonna die. I did end up saving a lot. I edited most of it out, but there's some of it that's still left in there, just to also remind everybody to save. Save after every gunfight. Look at that. Over here typing on my wrist. That's cool. I didn't even see that as I was playing, but you always end up noticing a lot more things when you rewatch your playthroughs. I was trying to use my abilities here and I just was not succeeding. This is what I mean, like sometimes the gunplay gets a little clunky. But still so much fun. Over here trying to be special forces. Damn shield. But he didn't fight back, so I did go through a lot of Omni Gels in this little hallway area, the very start of the fight. But the game is pretty generous with some of the loot crates. They're not overabundant, but you do find them, and they do give you more Omni Gels, so it's not, you know, I would always recommend using them if you need them, and, you know, don't try to save them. I do love the sniping on here. This is what I mean about, I like to take most of the action, and if it's necessary, I'll send my squad mates out there. But for the most part, I like getting those kills, you know. But when it's a lot of them, your squad mates do come in handy a lot, as far as just, you know, taking a little bit of action over here so that you have time to think, or that you have time to get that shot. This game is not difficult whatsoever. The only reason it's challenging is because of the mechanics, just the way that the game is meant to be played. Oh, but I love the graphics for such an old game. For the lighting and the geometry to be so crisp is just fascinating to me. And this guy, I don't know what his problem was. He's just it's like, I'm going at him. Now, like I said, I do like to be pretty cautious. I'm not a big fan of dying and then having to do the whole 10-second loading screen thing. Just, especially if you know, if you just keep trying the same thing over and over and you keep dying, it's just, you have to switch it up. And that's why I just go a little bit slower, take my time with it, you know, have a little bit of patience, and it all works out. This is a cool alien ship. You know, for the most part, I find that a lot of games...
We should update Fidan on the situation before we move on to wherever the Geth are bunkered. He's the closest thing
a lot of
left to
games
proper
make
channels.
alien spaceships look like beetles or alien larvae. And that's what that ship basically looked like to me. This, I don't think that I found this little back room on when I originally played this way back in the day. It was just randomly here, which was cool. I love it when games put a little hidden area that if you weren't adventuring around and looking around all the corners, you wouldn't find things. It's always cool when they do that. Gives it a sense of exploration and adventure, you know. But yeah, we're in these tunnels and you have to keep going forward. And if you keep fighting bad guys, you're going the right way. That's usually a good indicator. Now let's see. It came from that way. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the way that I came from, and so we end up changing directions and going the correct way. And I have the worst problem with getting lost. So, unfortunately, this was a little more linear.
Oh god, they're everywhere.
It can still be confusing if you're like me and you do a bunch of circles and you turn around and end up going backwards, but I try not to do that anymore. I try to be focused and remember where I'm going. But I do love games that have sort of like a maze-like map.
Area secured.
Just because, again, it gives you more of a exploration type feeling. And now we're in the sewer area for this space station. And here you'll find 2 side quests that you can do, which I just recommend doing them automatically. One of them being unlocking these pipes so that they have running water. And right next to me is the very first one that I actually missed. It was that valve right there. Now, when I was playing, I did not see it whatsoever. Right there, you know. Didn't see it.
Vigil deployed.
Didn't pay attention to it at all. But the second one caught my eye for sure.
This valve looks like part of a large system. There are likely others we need to activate as well.
Now there's 3 in total. The first and second one are in the same hallway, and then this right here is where you'll find an antenna that you have to destroy. It's another side mission. And I actually died a few times, which is why there's a few edits right there. And that was also the very first time I used my assault rifle on an enemy. Worked out pretty well. I like it. But I still enjoy the sniper and pistol gameplay. There, Garrus died. So, but he does come back. That's why you saw me back out right there. He came back, which was good. I tried to save. The game wouldn't let me because we're technically still in combat. So instead I just decided to be a little more tactical with my team. Which ended up working out. I tried to set up some traps. And originally thought that, again, they're just like in the air. You'll see them just get stuck. I keep thinking that they're gonna go like far away, but they, like I said, they end up just stopping like 4 or 5 feet away. But it was actually not a bad thing. So I'm probably gonna employ this as an actual strategy in the future, just setting discs and letting it stay stuck in the air. It worked out phenomenally well right there, where it just overheated them and took away their shields. Here I was trying to use 2 teammate abilities at the same time, didn't quite work. And then the Krogans, they, as I said before, the first time I encountered one, they do end up getting up. This was the first time I realized that, oh, they get up. You have to make sure you take them out. Here, I think this guy's trying to go back. Got stuck on the wall. You can see his health like going up. But if you kill him before he has that opportunity to heal, you can take him out pretty quickly. And making sure you save after every firefight. I was playing a game called Shadow Tactics, which is a pretty stealthy, like, strategy type game. It's like Desperado or Wasteland or what's that other game? I think Commando. That game like constantly reminds you to save. So, but here I'm looking at the upgrades. This was the first time I actually checked it out, and I was like, "What is this?" So you can check it in the menu screen. It gives you like a little description about it. It doesn't really tell you how to do it, but here you can see me doing it. I did speed through this. I did double times the speed. You know, there's armor plating, there's shield regenerators, toxic things that you can add on to them, and then also to your weapons. You're allowed 2 attachments or upgrades to your weapons, and you're just like stronger rounds or plasma rounds. They call them phasic, but you know, whatever. You know what I mean. There's like armor piercing rounds or upgrades where, like the heat sink right here gives you less heat overcharge for your weapon, so you can fire it for longer. Anti-personnel rounds, combat sensors, which lets you spot the enemies from a longer distance, so you know that there's going to be enemies coming your way, and you can sort of like prepare for it. But this is the antenna that you have to destroy. I was actually a little confused. You see the health of it go down and like sort of explode, but it's still there. So I was just like, is it really destroyed?
As long as it did.
And I just did not want to have to come all the way back over here to do it. So you see me like triple checking just to make sure.
These people are brave, but the Geth are relentless. My people know this
And
better
now
than
it
anyone.
disappeared, so I think that's a pretty good indicator that it's gone. So now we're gonna keep exploring the rest of the sewers and try to unlock the rest of these water valves. There is an NPC around the corner over here that you can talk to. He's a little confusing. I'm not exactly sure what his purpose is. But there's more enemies over here, so that means I'm going the right way.
On my way.
And your teammates don't always go into cover, so you know, just to make sure they don't die. Like Garrus seems to be pretty aggro as far as just going up to the enemy teams or the enemies a lot and not going into cover. So, and that's just done with the D-pad, left and right. You can tell them where to go. Forward tells them to progress and advance, and backwards tells them to squad back up. Fairly simple, straightforward, but very easy to use and also very helpful. So I love any game that lets you command your team that way. You know, I think there was a Gears game that let you do that at one point, Gears of War. I could be mistaken. Army of Two was really good. You know, that was a really good game for just fun. It was a really great co-op game. But anyways, we're playing Mass Effect. Mass Effect. We're playing Mass Effect.
You don't want to go down there.
What's back there?
I could tell you everything. How would you like that? No!
He cracks me up.
That was a good one. Very intense.
What's the matter with you?
Just invoking the Master's
You freak.
whip helps remind me I'm still alive. You're here for the Geth, aren't you? You're not the only one interested in those things.
Who else is looking for the Geth?
Not looking for, looking to get rid of.
Questions.
They're a thorn in the side of the... Trying to get to the... Dying!
This makes me laugh so much.
This one is no longer fit. We should leave him.
Say that again.
Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you even want help?
Help me? No. No one can help me now. I'd rather die fighting!
Fighting what?
Not that kind of fight. It's like running through a thorn bush. The more you struggle... Time's up. Company's coming. Ask Faidan. Ask him about the... Ah!
Fighting with my mind.
Heads up.
Oh. Y'all ain't a match for me. Now this is where I'm having trouble finding the last valve because there's nowhere else to progress. You can't go past that NPC right there. Everything else is basically like blocked off, or and you see me going back into the area where the antenna that you destroy is at. But basically, you just have to go back. That was not the right valve. But this is the entryway to the antenna area. But yeah, I just fast forward it for you guys so you can just see where my mind was at, what I was doing, you know, checking to see what's going on. Okay, I had 2 out of 3 water valves. So now I'm going back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Shepard's back. But this is exactly where I came from. That's the second water valve control panel. But you end up getting more bad guys to fight, so again, this is the correct way to go, because there are baddies. I don't even understand why they put Geth here for you to fight if you're already going backwards, but it's probably for that same reason, to let you know that this is where you have to go. Because essentially you are just trailing back.
All patched up.
Waddle, waddle, waddle. Sniper time. Use that overload. Works like a charm. Anytime they're behind cover, just overload them.
That's it. Bag them and tag.
And that's the first valve that I missed.
There! That did it! The system is active.
I was so surprised and like shocked at myself. I was like, how did I miss that? But I did. Because I am terrible at video games. No, that's not true. Sometimes I don't have common sense. And I fast forwarded this. It's just me going back up the same way that you went down there. I did notice an elevator that I didn't notice the first time. But it doesn't work, so it doesn't matter anyways. And this is back where I entered from. And here is Phidon.
The tower's secure. Thanks to you, Commander.
I'm just glad your colony is safe.
I appreciate your concern and your efforts against the Geth.
Sure.
They may have been slowed, but they'll be back. They always come back.
What do they want?
If you want answers, go ask them yourselves.
We don't know what they're after. They came, they attacked us, that's all we know. Their main base is at the XTaKeRuX headquarters. A good place to start looking if you want answers.
XTaKeRuX.
How do I get there?
The Skyway leads directly to XTaKeRuX headquarters. You can't miss it.
Of course, there's an army of Geth between here and there.
Let's see.
I didn't expect this would be easy.
Then maybe I can get this colony operational again.
I destroyed a Geth transmitter in the tunnels. They won't be a problem any longer.
Thank you, Commander. We're in your debt. You've taken a great weight off my shoulders. I just wish I had such good news for every problem.
Is there anything I can do to solve your water shortage?
Maka Doyle has been assigned to that particular issue. If you have any insight to offer, please speak with her.
What's wrong with the colony's power supply?
May O'Connell is working on our power problems. She'd know more about it than I do.
You mentioned something about a food shortage.
Davin Reynolds is tasked with securing food for the immediate future. If you can assist, please speak with him.
Let's talk about Zeus, Hope, and Feros.
Of course, Commander.
There's a guy living down in the tunnels. Is he one of yours?
That would be
Crazy
Ian.
guy.
He's very sick.
Now that's really all
What do you need done to get this place back on
Faidan
its feet?
says about
Getting rid of the Geth in
Ian.
the tunnels helped us immensely, Commander. But there are still some other mundane necessities, like food, water, and power to think of. I'm not sure where we stand on those matters. You should talk to the people overseeing them.
Let's talk about Zoo's Hope and
Of course,
Feros.
Commander.
yeah, really, I was just
What else can you tell me about XOGenny?
XOGenny funded this colony. Without them, we wouldn't be stuck here.
They specialize in colonization. In return for bankrolling the colony, we work for them. Their main goal is the retrieval of valuable artifacts or resources.
Except there isn't anything here. Or if there is, we didn't find it.
I wonder if that's what the Geth are looking for.
Perhaps. As she said, we never found anything of value.
Of course, the Geth could know something we don't.
There's a guy living
That
down in
would
the
be Ian. He's very sick.
I'll talk to you when I learn more.
yeah. See, he doesn't say too much of Ian, but what I was gonna say before is
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics
God.
don't impress me, Commander.
Goodbye.
Commander,
is that sometimes I like to just
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics.
Goodbye.
Commander,
like that. I'll talk to an NPC once or twice.
I'm grateful for what
or
you've
3
done,
times.
but your heroics don't impress me, Commander.
Just to see what they'll say.
I get the feeling you don't like me.
How would you feel if you were hung out to dry by every government organization that ever promised to keep you safe? They should have sent a small fleet. Instead, we get 1 ship. And you're only interested in the Geth.
Slater's got issues.
What can you tell me about the Geth? Do you have any idea what they might be after?
I can't tell you anything about that. I suggest you go to XOGenny if you want answers to those questions.
Yeah. Sometimes,
Goodbye.
and I should have asked her about her anger.
Commander.
I didn't. My bad. But yeah, sometimes they'll give you different answers depending on what game you're playing. Seems like Mass Effect is pretty straightforward as far as the dialogue that they give you. They either tell you what they're going to tell you, but besides that,
You'll have to forgive my wife.
not every character is
Melinda's
different.
Not in her right mind. She just
You know,
needs to relax.
some
and
NPCs
accept
give you
what's
more
happened.
information than others, and some NPCs are just there to add a little more ambiance
What happened to your wife?
to the game.
The constant attacks have strained us all. She'll adapt. We all have.
Is there anything I can do for her?
No, she just needs time. Time to absorb everything. We'll be fine.
Like, I kind
Do you know anything about this planet?
Just what I was told by Colonial Affairs. It's a little different from what they claimed. It's not all bad, though. When the Geth are gone, we'll have a chance to create something even more spectacular than before.
You know, one of the things about RPGs is talking to everybody can sometimes be like
What do you do for the
a
colony?
hassle.
I'm a medic. Or I am since the doctor died. I've
Not
tried
even a
my best
hassle,
since
just
she was
time
killed.
consuming. And if they're not giving you any
What do you do for the
I'm a
colony?
medic.
pertinent
Or I am
information,
since the doctor died. I've tried my best since she was killed.
I always feel it's
Tell me
better to
about the
move
colony.
on.
I can't tell you much about
See,
that.
this guy's
You best ask
giving
Faidan
me
if you really
nothing.
must know.
I have to go.
So,
Please do what you can to stop the
ooh,
attacks.
piece of candy. That just gives you a little bit of XP. And gives you something to read in the codex, but not much of a reader. Like I said, hardcore players will read everything. I'm playing on normal.
Nice work with those Geth. Glad you showed up. I still need the power cells for this generator, though.
Tried to give her mine, she wouldn't take them.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
Your top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got. The cells just aren't compatible.
If I find anything while I'm looking around, I'll send it your way.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate it.
The water started running not long ago. Thanks to you, I assume. Now we just need to deal with the Geth and we can get back to growing this colony. Here, a few credits.
Now, depending on how you do things, you could have talked to all these people before we went on our mission beforehand
Those things try
to clear out the Geth. But I just, I just went forward. Like I said, talking to people sometimes seems tedious to me, so I'd rather just get into the action sometimes, and then I'll go back and talk to everybody. And the game does allow you to do tasks for missions that you haven't acquired
You're
yet.
the commander of the ship that just landed.
This lady.
Are you the captain of this freighter?
Not originally.
Piqued my curiosity,
the captain
though.
died in one of the Geth
She's got
raids.
secrets.
I'm the last crew member. We shouldn't even be here. The Solarian merchant promised us a fortune. I wish... I suppose it could be worse.
What's wrong with the
It
ship?
always could be.
Isn't she space-worthy?
There's too much damage. Maybe if the Geth stopped attacking, I could fix her. Then again, if there were no Geth, I might just stay on a while.
True.
What do you do here?
I'm just watching over the ship, making sure she doesn't get any worse. If nothing else, she's good for hiding in when those Geth come over the walls.
It looks like you're monitoring something.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing. I should get back to it, but Fidan, what's the report on... I should go.
Maybe
Over
I can help
there.
you. What are you trying to diagnose?
No, thanks, really. Now, please, I need to get back to work.
Yeah, she
This work must be completed.
did not want to tell me things.
This work must be completed. This work
I
must be
tried to take
completed.
over her computer. She wouldn't let me. I was gonna do some of my own research. Maybe check my Facebook, Twitter. Look at these graphics. Look how cool all this stuff looks. I mean, they really did a good job on the world building. It's just so damn cool. Alright folks, but that's it for this video. I don't exactly know what we're gonna get into in the next one. We're gonna potentially find these power cells, or not. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.